Good afternoon. It is Tuesday afternoon once again, and my name is Odie Hawkins, and I'm sitting up here with Zola Salena-Hawkins, and we were talking about, before I get into the
Oh no, just this. Talking about the Day of the Drum and
Day of the
how
Drum.
it started and
Okay,
your involvement
I
in
think,
what.
what were we talking about? I can't remember.
Well, that the Day of the Drum is
Put you on the
coming
spot
on.
there, right?
Yes, it is coming up September.
This coming weekend,
Yeah, this coming weekend.
right here in this place.
Right. Well, let's see here. Yes. Okay, as you see with the
Oh, you got this
posters.
bigger thing here. Can
Right,
you?
yes. In fact, that's going to be the thumbnail for this. Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about the Day of the Drum and the people who are involved in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the 41st annual Watchtowers Day of the Drum Festival.
But you were among the first of those who attended the Day of the Drum.
I was that lucky. I think the conversation was spinning around about during the days of John Otterbridge, the first one. I don't know if he was the first director or not, but in any case, he was there when I got there, and we were talking about people playing drums in South Central LA, which used to be a popular happening, and it hadn't been happening. And somebody said, I can't remember who suggested it, well, why not have some a drum thing, like, I don't know, Day of the Drum. It could have been Kamal Daoud or somebody else. And, of course, John Otterbridge, who was a follow-up person, who had a very efficient secretary named Shirley Jackson,
Oh.
said, well, yeah, and next thing I know, it was in motion.
So they had never done it before. They just.
I mean, people
gave birth.
gathered on the ground from time to time to just do some of the freelance drumming, but it was not organized day, featuring the people that they're featuring today.
Okay, what are
on
they
this
featuring on the
particular
30th of the Day of the Drum? Please.
Okay, on this particular occasion, to show you how far the thing has expanded, on Saturday, this coming Saturday to September the 30th, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., under the direction of the artistic directors Rosie D. Hooks, Patrice Russian, and Munyongo Jackson. There will be these groups starting at 11 o'clock. Oh, I might as well mention the co-host for the thing would be Kamal Daoud and Dee Dee McNeil.
Oh my goodness.
Dee Dee McNeil is a friend of mine from the old Watch Writers Workshop. The stage manager is going to be a guy named Ed Deshay, and the assistant stage manager would be Cameron Deshay. They start at 11 o'clock on Saturday. The first group appearing at 11 o'clock is Xochipilli. Xochipilli.
Ah.
Yeah, it's traditional Aztec dancing groups. With a dance group at 12 o'clock, there's the Korean classical music and dance company who have been coming to successful things over time. At 2 o'clock, you'll have the Garifuna cultural group. The Garifunas are very interesting people. They are African Americans in the same way that the Gullah people and right off the Georgia coast.
Oh really?
Not a lot of people. Anyway, they're South American based, but they're like those people. 3 p.m. they got something called "Give Me a Beat." It's just rhythms and rhyme featuring Tony Austin on drums, Mick Holden on percussion and MC, Khalil Cummings on percussion, and Brian Collier drum. That's the lineup. And finally at 4 p.m. you got something called Marget Fall featuring La Vox. La Vox. That's a very interesting, peculiar name for a dance and drum group representing Senegal, Mali, Ivory Coast, Guinea, and Gambia.
Oh my God. Whoa.
Okay. They are representative of the Manding Empire, and this is considered one big family even after the colonizers separated us. That's what they're saying in the notes. Senegal, Mali, Ivory Coast, Guinea, and Gambia were once a whole. And when the French came, in this case, when the French came, they colonized and separated these people. So there you go. They call something all-day activities in the drum pavilion, which is that little open space where people have picnics and stuff on the stone tiers. They'll be having a drum circle led by Matt Gibson III, and in the Purefoy and Charles Mingus galleries, you're going to have something called Black, Brown, and Beige, which is moderated by our friend Jimmy Obayes.
Yes. He's the, what do you call it, art curator? The one who puts all the artwork together. He puts all the work, he put all the artwork together.
This is the curator I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, the curator, yes.
Jimmy Obayes.
Ah, yes, very interesting.
Yeah, Jimmy is...
been doing it for some time.
Been doing it for some time. He was a friend of Cecil Ferguson, and he has been involved in so many activities. It would be hard. You go down to... He was once the chauffeur to Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
You know,
he's been out there.
He's been out there for a while. Okay, so he's the curator.
And the gallery is just, this is awesome. It's such
it's fantastic. It's called Black, Brown, and Beige. And it mimics a piece of music that was done by Duke Ellington years ago called Black, Brown, and Beige Symphony. And I think they took the name from that. Dr. Joseph and Whoopsie Howard are having their international musical instruments on display. That huge 5 by 8 acre drum that they have, and you hit it once and it resonates for about 45 minutes. In the Charles Mingus Youth Art Center, they have children's activities. That's always a lot of fun.
What's the address, by the way?
The White Tower's address is at, well, just let me give it to you. It's at 1727 East 107th Street. And you can come at it from many different directions. If you're coming from the north, you could get off at Century Boulevard and go east on Century until you come to the train station and make a right turn until you come to the easiest way to say it. Come to the train tracks, cross the train tracks, and make an immediate right turn. Right.
And usually they have parking. That's kind of security parking on the dirt as you go into it. Yeah.
But there'll be people all over the place. There'll be signs that directing you. For those who really want to come, all you have to do is just come.
Yes. There's also food vendors and other vendors.
It's a real festival. I really, really enjoy the drum festival, especially because people come together in a way. I mean, for example, I don't know if I finished reading it, but there's the Korean drum group.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's the Korean drum group. The Korean drum group and a dance and drum group from doing the dances and melodies, rhythms of Senegal, Mali, Ivory Coast, Guinea, and Gambia. You know, what could be better than that?
I know, and well, the fact is that that Rosie Hooks, is putting this all together for several years.
That
extraordinary woman.
That lady is a heroic figure in both of our minds because we know something about. I can say it because I'm a freelance speaker. I know something about. We know something about what these freelance or chauvinist pigs have put in front of her to ask her to overcome, and she has overcome quite a few of these freelance chauvinist pigs in order to do what it is that she's doing right now. She has sustained it and taking it on. But that ain't just it.
And people come from all over. From, it's not just a black thing or a Mexican or Asian.
It's a national scene.
Yes, it's really.
First of all, some people come to see Watch Towers,
right,
who've never been there before.
Right.
And in the shadow of the Watch Towers, you got on this Saturday, September 30th, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., you got the Day of the Drum, and then following that, on Sunday,
my goodness,
the next day,
the very next day, wow,
at the Watch Towers, they're having the Watch Towers Jazz Festival.
My goodness.
It's a 2-day festival. Once again, we got the people I named: Rosie Lee Hooks, Patrice Rushen, Moyongo Jackson, Nicole Kamal Daoud, Dee Dee McNeil, stage manager Ed McDeshay, the assistant stage manager Cameron Deshay, and on this particular occasion we'll have our friend Amoya Shabazz leading the Aladoum. Aladoum.
Oh, so that's when he comes in on Sunday.
He comes in with the Yoruba ground blessing, uniting all cultures based on common themes and principles.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, that's what's happening there. They walk around the grounds, they sing praise songs, they play gongs, and occasionally they will stop some person of importance. Could be a little kid, and it could be a grown person. And I've seen them do this. They'll stop some little boy who, wonder what's happening, and they'll sing to him, to the little kid, or to one of the elders. This is our friend Amoya Shabazz. Okay, at 12 o'clock, Melvin Lee Davis and friends, featuring Derek Bordeaux, Kevin Flournoy, and Jeffrey B. Suttles. They're singing and doing it in something called gospel jazz.
Whoa, okay, they at church in a sense, okay. I love it.
They get hot.
Okay, I got you, yes indeed.
Okay, they're followed by Ray Bailey and friends playing traditional blues. This is 1:30. Then at 2:30, Lord have mercy, Dee Dee McNeil. Dee Dee McNeil, baby.
Go there.
Been out there.
Yes, indeed.
Up and down. Cruise ships. Thailand. She has an album of Dee Dee in Bangkok.
Go there. That's 2 1.
Following that, there's the World Stage Big Band. And that, I don't know what to say about that.
That's up to date. And
of course, at 4:15, Kamal Daoud, whom I've known since he was a small boy. He wasn't small as I was, ever. He was always bigger than me. And he's taller anyway.
Okay.
But he's a marvelous poet, one of my favorite people. And then at 4:45, he's on at 4:15. And then at 4:45, going right along, you got the JMP All-Stars featuring Patrice Rushen, marvelous piano player, Munyongo Jackson, Bobby Rodriguez, that is Dr. Bobby Rodriguez,
gotcha,
and Reggie Hamilton. They're going to take you to some straight-ahead jazz and doing the whole course of the whole business out there in the food court and all of that. You'll be able to have an immense choice of numbers of goodies beyond possible delectable concern. I rest my case.
It's been unbelievable. I mean, and to know that there are people who have not ever been to the Watchtowers or have been to the gallery.
If you live in L.A.?
Right. Well, just for the gallery alone, the art that's being displayed.
Yeah.
It's just mind-boggling. It really is. You know.
Well, there's nothing else that you can say other than if you have any interest in
what's it going? How's it going? Be there or be square?
Be there, be square.
Yes, indeed. You don't want to be square.
Be square.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know we don't have any squares.
Well, that was one of the first places we went when we were dating.
Yeah, it's true.
He took me to the Day of the Drum.
Well, it's a very romantic spot. If you have, your loved one,
Yeah.
you're supposed to take her to the places that you know she'll dig.
Yes, indeed.
I believe in that kind of thing.
Well, before we end, now the Watts Towers, they're several towers, and they were built by who?
3 towers were built by a man named Simon Rodia, who was an Italian immigrant. Some people say Sicilian. We're not quite exact about what that was. Who made some. They're always a little bit fuzzy about whether he made a religious promise or he made some other kind of spiritual commitment to build these Watts Towers. To build these towers, it took him 30-some years to build 3 towers by hand, using found materials like broken glass. Some of the other equipment he used, we can talk about it now, I think, involved using the city's electrical supply to do what he had to do. But it's been given worldwide recognition as one of the.
And it took him several years to renovate.
Yeah.
Okay, the tower.
Well,
because
at one
of
point,
plastic.
he did it and deeded it to one of his neighbors named Gonzalez, and disappeared.
Yeah.
Some say he went to San Francisco, some say he went back to Italy, but he's never been relocated to claim the credit. He's a little small guy, about 5 feet 2 or 3, 120 pounds.
Well, some people say that he made it in dedication to his wife, even, that he built the tower.
We don't know.
Sure.
I don't know of anybody who's been able to give the
Exactly.
definitive story. But what we do have is proof of what his commitment was, and he took 30-some years to build this, and there it is. And some people who live in L.A. who have no idea that it's there should be informed, and this is a good time to be informed.
And in fact, not only is it this year in 2023, but every year as we go forth in 24, 25, look for the end of September, 1st of October, for the Day of the Drum, and
the jazz festival the following day.
Hey.
I mean, it's just, it sounds like the kind of thing you would want to do if you haven't been out of the path for a while, and you want to go hang out with some congenial people, who are not going to be giving anybody any hassle. The parking is free, and it's
plus there's
cool.
the garden there to see, and the turtles and the tortoise. And
there's a garden there with incidentally, the turtle's name is Shelton.
The tortoise.
Tortoise. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yes, indeed.
In case you happen to see him and you want to,
say hi,
throw him a hello. Remember, his name is Shelton. He doesn't respond to things like George or anything like that either.
With that said, okay, your website is www.odiehawkins.com. They should go also to interact with the staff. There's so many artists and people that are truly magnificent in the art field.
Oh, God,
and talented.
And
the theater, like Rosie Hooks in the theater.
Okay, we're teaching Tai Chi there on Tuesday and Friday, and I think it's such a privilege to be able to, Tuesday and Friday.
To the staff.
To the staff only, because that's the way it is at this point. But I feel, as you do, I'm sure, feel privileged to be there to see the wonderful artwork on the walls, and those who are not part of the staff, but will be able to see what is curated by our friend Jimmy Bayes. We'll be able to see what other people will be seeing during the course of the whole year, because the exhibit will be up for a few months, I'm sure.
Yes.
Margaret Garcia is there. I haven't seen Margaret Garcia's work in public for a number of years now, since she became famous.
Okay.
Okay, having said all that, what I'd like to do is continue reading
tomorrow,
or
we'll say Monday. Let's go Monday. Okay, we've done
By
Monday,
all
Tuesday.
means.
Okay, so we're back to the reading of the columns Monday. And thank you for giving a shout out to the Watts Towers.
My pleasure.
And
my pleasure.
Such extraordinary people there.
Oh man, it's sometimes you look at things that are close to home and you take them for granted.
That's unfortunate.
And we shouldn't.
We certainly shouldn't.
Because in this instance, this Watts Towers Art Center Bear the Drum thing on Saturday, and the jazz festival that happens the next day on Sunday is something that I'm willing to give up my YouTube time and my reading of some columns that were written 300 years ago in order to notify you that you should check this out. Bam.
Be there
Bam.
or be square.
Be there or it.
Yes.